So I've been wanting to make a video lesson of this piece for quite some time. I've had the piece on my site for quite a while, but I never got around to making a lesson for it. So you probably have this piece in another book, so just follow along with the lesson for free and pick up the tips. But if you want the sheet music, you can follow the link underneath the video. I have it at Warner Guitar Editions. So for my edition of this piece, I'm following the vihuela fingerings quite closely. And on the original vihuela, tablature, you see a lot of that figuration is fingered the way that I've played it. Just in first position with basic notes there. But you'll see in a lot of editions, people do it quite differently. You know, they'll do a cross string figure for those kinds of things. Which has a very charming harp-like effect as well. I think that the original vihuela music imitates the harp-like effect on all the chords, and then does all the figuration just in kind of scale passages in the first position. Both ways sound really cool and really lovely. The other cross-string way, you can't always play it like that though, so the consistency of it isn't really possible. So sometimes you have to switch between those kinds of cross-string things and then go back and do it the normal way for a different passage. So I've kept it like the original vihuela, mainly because it actually keeps it very consistent, and it's the original edition, so I'm trying to keep true to that as much as possible. So I do have the third string tuned down to F sharp. There's another video on the sheet music page that explains that if you haven't done that before. So you can just follow the link to the sheet music and learn about that as well. It's a free video as well. And I also have a capo at the 3rd fret, just to kind of lighten the mood, bring me more close to the relative lute tuning or relative vihuela tuning, but it adds kind of a nice warmth to the work and raises it, makes it a little bit lighter in terms of the pitch, or higher in terms of the pitch. So I'll just talk about a few specific things, and then we'll just do a quick walkthrough. You can play all those faster scale passages with 3 fingers. That's I do like doing that. Using my A finger on the top, and then mainly alternating for the rest. But, in early music, I quite like to have like a strong, weak beat. So I like to go like strong, weak, strong, weak, strong, weak, strong, weak, strong, weak, strong, weak, strong, weak. Just like imitating the finger thumb idea that they might have used. So I ended up just alternating M and I, so keeping M on the beat. And trying to get that a little bit of strong weak happening while also doing a little bit of shaping, so easing into it. Hitting some other strings there. But so adding a little bit of shaping, getting a little bit rhythmic with my alternating M's and I's. And then I keep it pretty consistent. And I usually try to end with the A finger. So start with the M, alternate M and I. And then A. That way, you kind of play the chord like that. And I generally try to use that fingering through the whole piece. So pretty much alternating and then throwing the A finger in for the chords. Besides that, there's not too much to talk about. The second half of the piece is quite difficult, especially as you start raising your tempo. At slower speeds, none of this is all that difficult. But there's a couple of passages in this piece that make it a little bit more on the advanced side. So let's just do a walkthrough. So you have lots of this motif at the beginning, right? Lots of repetition too. You could do like echo effects and stuff, but I think like you don't really need the repetition itself is kind of nice. You have to get to know all these chords. Once you know the chords, it won't really surprise you. I use 3 and 4 here just because I hold on to the E a little bit longer. Let's see. So just like whenever you have those chord passages, make sure you just know what the chord shape is and hold all the notes down. A little bit of a stretch, but you can actually get pretty used to it. It's fairly secure since you get to like really nail that note and then throw your barre down. Rhythm used to always get me. It's quite quick. I actually do alternate 3 fingers there just to like make it not like a strain and just rapidly go through it. Don't let that one catch you off guard. I like to start picking up the intensity a little bit here with each chord. And then relax a little bit, and then you're going to start something quite different. In this section, I'm generally doing P, M, A, and then throwing the I in afterwards. Trying to start with I a lot on the offbeat. Not always possible, huh? Like there, for example, I have to do P, I, A, and then M. It's a little bit awkward. So this next section is quite difficult. This is what makes the piece definitely a slightly more challenging. Keeping this bass line consistent. Sorry. There's some parts, because it's a little bit faster, there's some parts where you don't want to jump your finger over too rapidly. So I've come up with some creative hinge bars on this, which might not suit early music so well, but gets you through some binds here. So bar 65, I do 2, 3, 4, bar A1. That's not the vihuela fingering, but if you want to be really legato and consistent with the bass voice, I found it quite helpful. Let's see, 65, 2, 3, 4, bar A. That way you can get that chord. And just make sure your fingering is I, M, A. That way you can continue through there. So bar 65. And with that open string there, just hinging off the bar and then right back. So it's pretty rapid. Again, you pivot into that bar there because you need to hold this bass. So bar, hinge, off the bar. I use my third finger, then second, 1, 3, 2, 4. Otherwise you end up having to like jump a finger over, and it can be quite shocking at that tempo. So even though it might seem more complicated to use all these separate fingers, I think it's still very useful. So bar 69, 3, 1, 3, 2, 4. Make sure that you use I, M, and A in that section. haven't marked it in the score because there's lots of options, and everyone's going to do it differently probably. But I found it very useful to make sure I start with I there. I, M, A, I, M, A, I. You just have to work it out. It's not a big deal. You run out of fingers otherwise. So back to bar 69, I'll go slow. And then I do quite a bit of a rip through this. I let the rhythm kind of drift off a little bit. Not the rhythm, but the tempo. I do a little flourish. So I could kind of consider that whole last line to be a little bit of like a coda. And I let the rhythm and the tempo really relax there, because those 16th notes would be pretty fast. I mean, even the 8th notes in this piece are somewhat fast. So just relax. The piece is kind of over at that point, and then he's kind of twirling through some material, almost writing out ornamentation for you. So, and that's in the original vihuela tablature. So I would just go with that. It's a fairly difficult piece actually, very much worth it, and it does sound very nice at slower tempos too, but if you want to bring it up to a faster tempo, I mean lots of pros play it much faster than me, but if you want to bring it up to tempo, there's just a few sections that you have to work out very carefully and practice carefully over time, and once you do that, it will come into place fairly easy. It's not a long piece, and the hard section is really just at the end there. So it's well worth the effort, but certainly a little bit on the advanced.